Alright guys, quick Q&A video here. I got a comment on my video that's put up yesterday, martial arts sparring. If you guys saw that video, you know, just me back in the days sparring, right, at American Top Team, right, just sparring, right. Somebody here put wrote in the comments, I guess it's notorious MMA, I guess it's Conor McGregor. A person put, "You are not the best fighter, mate. Stop it. You will not be even close to a MMA fighter in the UFC." So I guess he saw the video and he's like, "Oh man, you know, this guy is, you know, he's trying to be an MMA fighter and he's not good or whatever, he's not the best, and I'll never be the best." And I just replied and I said, even though I know you're trying to hate, you're actually giving me a compliment without even knowing it. I appreciate you saying this, mate. I would never consider myself being any best fighter or the best. Being the best is a state of mind that you believe in or accept. Definitely, I'm not any MMA fighter in the UFC. I laugh out loud, you know. I am me. I'm myself, right? If you want a title that society will understand, then I would say that I'm an artist, martial artist, right? Martial artist sparring. The heading of the video says martial arts sparring. It didn't say MMA sparring or UFC sparring, right? I said, you know, UFC is a sport, it's an organization, right? I'm just sharing some videos, mate. I'm not trying to be the best. I'm confident in what I know and capable of doing if I ever had to defend my family and myself, which is self-defense. Believe me, it has zero to do with being the best, MMA or UFC. I have a lot of videos, pictures that I don't share on social media because not everything is for everyone's eyes to see. A lot of things is for my eyes only and family, right? And I have a couple of guys on here who are defending me, right? Which I appreciate, you know. It's good to see, you know, other people coming out and, you know, kind of talking up and saying, hey, you know, this guy is trying to hate or just talking rubbish, man, right? Which he is. Keyboard warrior, like what Herman Branch said, right? Where's your sparring videos? If you have none, then you're just a keyboard warrior that likes to talk smack, all bark and no bite. And Sojo said, Wayne, I'll handle your light work for you because I'm a real mixed martial artist, and if he wants to spar, we should set it up. All I need you to do, Wayne, is record everything. So I guess he wants to spar Notorious MMA. The thing about this is, well, you know, I have my channel for a long time, right? From like 06, but I never start posting videos till maybe, I did some in 09, but I never start seriously posting till like 2012, right? And me posting was just, you know, more of getting back to myself, right? Because, you know, back in the days, like I said, I was, you know, a lot of partying, a lot of drinking alcohol, a lot of prescription drugs. You know, I wasn't eating well, and, you know, I had a lot of problems, like health problems, right? Which I had to make a lifestyle change, right? So, you know, my videos was just more of just kind of getting back to myself and just sharing my journey, which my Instagram is like that too. If you look at my Instagram, it's all about juicing, smoothies, exercising, losing weight, detoxing the body, and etc., right? So I have a lot of videos, man, that I don't post. I have a lot of things that I'm not going to post because, you know how in social media everybody just like to just post everything, the whole life on social media. That's something that I don't do because I believe that there is things that is personal that you keep to yourself and nobody else needs to see it. Or if it's your family, it's different, or your brother or your sister, you know. But you don't share everything that you have. You don't give everything you have, because then you're gonna have nothing in the end. You know, you give up all your secrets. That's what I don't do. I don't show all my videos. I don't show everything. So it's like a lot of times a lot of people don't understand. They don't. Either they're just trolling, which this guy is probably trolling, but they don't get it that I've been doing this for years. I've been doing martial arts since age 4, right? I've 36 years experience in martial arts, whereas like it's a lifetime. It's a way of life for me, right? It's been a journey and still is a journey, right? I've been competing way back competition from early 90s, 89 into 90. I've been competing. That's in the 80s, like way back now. A lot of people wasn't born yet. A lot of guys in UFC weren't born either. You know, it's just I've been doing this for so long. Just sparring, competing, weapons, forms, name it. I've just been doing this for a long time. I've trained with a lot of different martial artists. Tons of different. Imagine if I'm doing this for 36 years competitively. Don't you think that I have a lot of experience? It all depends on where you're getting the experience from, but I've trained with top-notch guys. You know, guys that would put a whooping on me. I wasn't training with guys that I just like run through easily. Some guys, you know, easier than others, but a lot of times you train with guys that's at a higher level. Obviously, they're gonna whoop my ass, right? Black belt karate, that's my base, third degree. Purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So, like the guy down here is saying, oh, he's like, what's he saying? He said, oh, you never be MMA, whatever. MMA means mixed martial arts, right? But if you're saying MMA like UFC, whatever, that's a sport, that's an organization. I'm a mixed martial artist. I have experience in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is other different martial arts. I have discipline in karate, which is a different discipline. I have discipline in training in some taekwondo. Did some little bit of kung fu here and there. Boxing not really a martial arts, but as far as like I guess a sport kind of wise, I have some boxing, some Muay Thai, kickboxing. So I have a variety of different techniques, different arts that I've trained through the years. So I am a mixed martial artist. And I have a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which is they use in the UFC, right, or any other organization out there. So I am a mixed martial artist, but as far as being the best fighter, that's just state of mind. Like I said, being the best is, you could say you're the best at playing basketball, or you're the best kicker, the best puncher, or you can say you're better than that guy. But you know, at the end of the day, man, there are just so many people out there doing tons of different things that there might be something that you might not know that the other person know and is a little better than you. So it doesn't matter at the end of the day. But I know what I can do because I've been doing this for years and I've been tested and I've been competing for years. I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu early 2000. 99, 2000 when I actually started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Right, I was training not at American Top Team, but at a different school. I was training at way back. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I've done that I don't say. I'm not gonna say everything, right? But I've trained Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu earlier. Then I went to American Top Team, I believe 07, 08, and I started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu over there, right? And then from there I kept on training up to purple belt. And along the way, I started getting more into the sport itself, trying to compete in the cage, in UFC. I was trying to go towards that route, but then, because of just my lifestyle and my choices I made, never worked out for me. So I was on the path towards that. But do I regret not going towards that? I mean, no, because I've competed all my life and I had a good run, and I've trained with guys that fought in the UFC and guys that are fighting in the UFC right now. I've trained with guys like that. I've trained with guys in the UFC and guys that used to be, that are retired. I've competed, I've trained with those guys. You have to understand, there's different disciplines. You have your kickboxing, Muay Thai, karate, stand-up. You have your different movements, boxing, that whenever you have two guys that's doing the same thing, right, it's like redundant after a while. But when you start switching it up now and kind of be more unpredictable, then it changes things. Now, I say a guy doing Muay Thai and a guy doing some karate or taekwondo, kind of elusive movement, it's gonna kind of mess him up because of the footwork. Because Muay Thai guys, sometimes it depends on the person, can get kind of stationary, and they only might throw leg kicks, and they're not really too much versatile in the striking. But you have a guy like taekwondo, karate, he's throwing all different kind of kicks, movements. It kind of mess him up a little bit, right? Because he doesn't understand the movement because he's not trained in it. So sometimes you have a lot of these guys in the UFC or any MMA organization that they need to train with karate guys, they need to train with kung fu guys, they need to train with taekwondo guys just to kind of learn that kind of movement, right? So a lot of times, we would train with guys in UFC and exchange techniques. Like, say my striking is more of elusive, movement, unorthodox striking. I train with some guys in that kind of way so they can grasp the concept, and then they will use that when they're going to their fights. So they need to understand that guys in UFC sometimes are just based in one particular thing. They might be based maybe in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or wrestling or Muay Thai, and they want to adapt something else. So they need to train with other guys from karate and exchange technique to kind of grasp that kind of concept. And that's why it's like kind of mixed martial arts in a sense, right? So being the best and I'll never be a close MMA fighter, whatever. Yeah, my experience is far. I have a lot of experience, a lot of freaking experience. I'm doing this for so long, man. I did it for so long. Do I still compete? No. Some of my footage here are old footages that I have. I have a bald head. I have dreadlocks now. My dreads are like down to my shoulder. If you saw a video with me with bald head, most likely that's it is going to be an old video because I have dreads, right? So I'm not here to try to be any best or I want to be a UFC fighter, because I don't want to be any UFC fighter, because a lot of guys in the UFC, or some guys in the UFC, can't move the way I move. And that's a fact. Like the kicks and the movement I do, a lot of guys in there that get into the sport, they can't do that. They might be good now at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or wrestling, but again, they can't move like the way I move. That's why I say a lot of those guys will come and train with guys like me or train with other guys who have that kind of movement. And that's a fact. That's been always happening. That's always been going on in the sport. It's just change ideas. You work with guys and you drill your techniques with each other. Right? As I said, I'm experienced in this, and that's why with all my analysis, all the breakdown prediction videos, that's why I'm good at what I do, because I understand the sport. I know that it's a sport at the end of the day, but it's just two guys competing, and I've done that. I know how it is. I can see the movement, I can see the techniques, I know the ground, I know the stand-up, the rules in the game, I know all the rules and everything like that. So for me to break down a fight, I have the knowledge to actually do that. It's going to be easy for me, right? Sometimes I will miss a fight here and there, but majority of the time I'm consistent and accurate, right? And that goes for my striking or my real life movement or whatever. I have the ability to out-kick, out-move a lot of people. Believe me on that. Trust me, I tell you that. I can out-move or maneuver a lot of guys, even in the UFC or whatever organization. It all depends on the matchup. I'll kick or move a lot of the guys, and I've done that just through regular sparring. I have actually done that. Right? It's not nothing to brag about, but like I said, a lot of guys don't understand. A lot of guys don't know. You guys don't know this, right? I'm actually better now than I was before because I've gained more knowledge along my journey. I've learned a lot more. Through going to different gyms and training with different people, and just through being mature. When you start being around certain people and you start learning different things, and your maturity levels start to go up. You gain more knowledge, and then there's certain things that you look at now and you're like, oh, I want to do that one time, I want to do this. But then it comes to a point where, I have done that. I have done this. I've trained with that. I've trained with this, him, her. I trained with everybody, with a lot of people. And it is what it is at the end of the day, right? Like I said, my skill level is pretty high. And I don't really, how can I say, I don't want to brag about it. Like I said, I have tons of a lot of videos, that I can dig up if I really want to, but I'm just not going to do that, right? And there's a lot of people names I could say, but I'm not going to say that either. I just leave it how it is, and it is what it is. So that's it. I don't got nothing else to say. I don't have anything to prove. I don't want to be in the UFC at this point in my life. I already passed it already. Age is a number, but I already passed it already. I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable with my skill set. I'm comfortable with my health. I'm happy with myself. So, I have nothing to prove. I'm just making this video just to knowledge the people out there, because, sometimes you have guys dropping comments like that down. A lot of people will read that, and sometimes a lot of people don't understand. Like this guy here, Notorious MMA, he sounds young. He sounds like he doesn't understand, right? He's like the best fighter. You never be close to MMA fighter in UFC, but he doesn't understand that I train with UFC guys. He doesn't understand that I'm already doing MMA, been doing MMA for years. I have multiple of different disciplines that I've been training throughout my years, which one of them is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So I've been doing mixed martial arts for years. I've trained with you guys in UFC, and I was going towards actually pursuing MMA, but I just crossroads. I just went the other way, right? Like I said, I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I think I made a couple of videos talking about that too. So it is what it is at the end of the day, man. So trust me, man. Once I'm warmed up, because I'm always active, stay ready so I don't have to get ready. Once I warm up and get a little sweat going, a little jump rope action, I will submit or knock down, knock out. Trust me. If you spar or fight with me, it's gonna be a tussle. It's gonna be a rough one. I got the speed, agility, I got the endurance, I got the athleticism. I'm accurate at what I'm doing. Believe me, I tell you that it's proven. I've used it several times, numerous of times, thousands of times, from 80 all the way up to 2000s. So you do the number, you count, and a lot of these were competitions, gyms, clubs, street, garage, just a lot of competition, a lot of different body, big guys, 250, 230, smaller guys, 150, 130, 180. I was always ranging from maybe 160 to maybe 200. That was my weight from well, if I'm way back from the 80s, maybe I was like 130, maybe 120, up to 200. So I fluctuate. Now I'm back to 170 now. So I have my experience in what I do, and it's just something where I'm just pretty comfortable in it. And like I said, my thing is just self-defense. There's sport, the game, and then there is real life situation, right? And as far as like UFC, I will never be a fighter in UFC. UFC, as I said, it's a sport. I don't want to be any fighter in UFC. I don't want to be that. I'm a martial artist. I've always been a martial artist, right? And UFC is a sport. It's there are guys in UFC who are martial artists, and there's guys who are fighters, and there's guys who are martial artists and fighters. It's just part of the sport. You got to play the game. It's a game at the end of the day. You got to know how to play it. Right? That doesn't mean that because I'm not in UFC, that doesn't mean I'm not good at any martial arts. That's a misconception where a lot of people, a lot of young guys have. They feel that because you're not in UFC, they think that you're not a good martial artist or you can't fight. UFC is a sport, guys. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. You know, as I said, there are guys out there who you have Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in their back pocket and they got striking, but they just don't compete in UFC. UFC is a game. You know, there's certain things they gotta do to get into UFC. It's not just about right now being the best fighter to get into UFC. It's marketability. Sometimes you gotta look a certain way. You know, there's certain things you gotta do. Likable. You have to be able to can promote you. It's a business. You know, it's nothing to do. There are martial artists in there, but it's nothing to really do for, say, real martial arts. If that make any sense to people. Just being honest, it's nothing to do with pure martial arts. Pure martial arts is different. As I said, there are martial artists in the UFC, but the way UFC is branded is as a sport, or for promoting people. Maybe the guy is a good trash talker. Maybe the person look a certain way. They could sell tickets. They're likable. They got a lot of Instagram followers. They're popular. You know, it's not like pure martial arts. Do you understand what I'm saying? Hopefully I made myself clear on that. I know a lot of people may understand, a lot of people may not. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Us.